Hare Krishna. Sorry, my signal was weak. Amgyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuhun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhavaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratushe Namo He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for today's Bhakti Shastri discussion classes on Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So yesterday we were discussing on the 7th chapter Bhagavad Gita, and we discussed only one verse. Somehow only 16th verse we could discuss because there were many inquisitive devotees. So let's see, today we'll discuss ahead 17th verse onwards. So today my desire is that I want to complete this section of Gyani and then next section of demigods. That is till verse number 23. And 24 onwards we will do next week. Okay, so till 23 we have sufficient time. I think we can try to do. Let's see how much we can do. Krishna is desiring. Okay, so yeah, some devotees can share what was discussed yesterday. Some essential points. Then we'll go ahead. Yeah, Mataji, you can share in.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we were discussing in 7.15. It is hope that they can those people can become devotee when they come in contact with devotees. This point is Prabhupada is explaining in 7.16. Pious is not about material; it's spiritual piety. They have done some devotional activity like visiting temple, honoring prasad in the past. Then artha, that is distressed, artharthi, that is accumulation of money, jnani, one who is in search of knowledge, is a special one other than three which are described in the shloka.
Yeah. I think others, let others also share. Yeah, okay. Somebody else want to share something? Yeah, Deepali Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu, yesterday we saw three types of is those who surrender to Krishna. Unki तीन types: Guni Bhuta, Pradhani Bhuta, or Kevala Bhakta. The characteristics Guni Bhuta, they have major quantity of motives, that is karma yogi, dhyana yogi, ashtanga yogi. They have minimum quantity of bhakti. But second is Pradhani Bhuta, where they have major quantity of bhakti, but very little amount of other motive. Karma Mishrit, Jnana Mishrit, or Yoga Mishrit. And third is Kevala Bhakta, that they have no any other motive other than bhakti. They are Kevala Shuddha Bhakta.
Yeah, that's it is clear. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, somebody else want to share anything? Whatever we discussed yesterday? Yeah, yeah, Ganga Putra Prabhu.
In 7.16, we are discussing about word Sukritino. That is one of the very important word. Like people, like in previous verse 15, it was saying that even this all people have all the material facilities, but they are lagging with the Sukriti, some pious activities.
Correct. Yes.
So that's the reason they are not in contact with
Yeah.
devotee or devotional service.
Spiritual piety, yeah, not
Spiritual
material.
piety, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, spiritual piety.
Yes, continue.
So unless person get this Sukruti, like you are giving some examples, if you get person gets some prasad, if they get chance to hear about holy names, then he accumulates that Sukruti. Because of that, he get that desire, and that's how he comes to Krishna only, instead of going demigods or any others.
Yeah, so miss in the some past life he got some sukriti by honoring Prasad and all, but in this life, what I mentioned in the verse, he is worshipping the Lord very faithfully. It's not that once in a while he comes to temple now also. Now he is fixed up devotee. He has lot of bhakti, prominence of bhakti in his practice, but a small amount of some other desire may be there. Okay, so that we explained yesterday. Desire may be there to go to Swarga or go to Vaikuntha and have an enjoyment there, or he may have some inclination towards the impersonal knowledge or knowledge of the Paramatma, all that things. Yeah, but majorly he is a bhakta only, devotee only.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, something more you want to share?
No, but good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bhakti Leela Mata, you want to share? You had raised hand.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, we saw the 4 types of Sukirtino that Mataji already explained. 2 types, Artho, Jigyasu. And third and fourth is Artharthi and Gyani.
Yeah.
So Artharthi, one who desire for material gain. But they worship Lord Vishnu, but for the material gain only. And example you gave, Dhruva Maharaj. And Dhruva Maharaj, and Narad Muni gave his association to Dhruva Maharaj. That's why he came in that category, Artharthi. And then fourth one is Jnani, who is in full knowledge of Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he's a special one, means, I mean, he is a devotee, and he having full knowledge of Lord, and he wants worshipping Lord, having, you said that word, reverential. And here you gave the example of Shukdev Goswamis, who got the association of Vedavyas. That's why he came in.
Yeah, Bhaktivedanta Bhushan had given these examples. Yes, correct. Gajendra was the Artho, Jigyasu, Sonaka, yes, and others he explained. Yeah.
Yes. And again, you said you give the Bhaktivedanta Bhushan's commentary that who surrenders to you, they follow the Varnashram, and who follow the Varnashram, indirectly they follow the Lord Vishnu.
Correct. Yes, that Parashar Muni shloka we quoted, that Varnashrama Acharvata Purushena Parapuman Vishnu Aradhyate Panta Na Anyat Tattosha Karanam. So there is no other reason for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu in the Varnashrama system other than the worship of Lord Vishnu himself, like that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. Okay, somebody else who want to share? I think few devotees joined today. Yesterday they were not there. Okay, no problem. Yeah, Anuradha Mataji, you want to share something? You are not speaking generally. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah,
I don't know if you are able to understand and go with us.
Yeah, little bit I can understand.
Okay,
The
you want to
4
share
types,
something?
the same thing I wanted to say. The 4 types of devotees, the Artho, and that is.
Yeah, this part we discussed. Something more we discussed yesterday was about the pure devotional service, practice of pure devotional service. Some devotees can share about that. So, practice of pure devotional service. Anything on that, Mataji, you want to share? Pure devotional service, what we discussed yesterday.
Bhakti, that one, Prabhuji.
Which one? Bhakti and Mukti. Yes, yes.
Bhakti, and the third one was
No.
no Bhakti and no Mukti. Third
What?
point. There is not the pure Bhakti in anything.
Yeah, pure devotee doesn't desire bhukti and mukti. Yeah, that we discussed. He doesn't desire bhukti means the material enjoyment. He doesn't aspire for it. We discussed that how he is putting that in the category of anartha. Yeah, and we also discussed how he does not want liberation. Yeah. Okay. Somebody else want to share about this pure devotional service?
Those who are practicing Kevala Bhakti can experience rasas.
Correct.
That
yes.
point.
Yeah. Other Pradhanibhut and Gunibhut cannot experience rasa. Correct.
Artha Jigyasu and Artharthi are Karma Mishra Bhakta. Pradhanibhut Bhakta attains Salokya Mukti.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
And
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Okay. Yamuna Vilas, you want to share something?
Yes, Prabhuji. I basically
pure bhakti, what we discussed last
part. It was like Arunapal Mataji's question was there, we are at which stage? Are we under the category of Guni Bhutas or Pradhani Bhutas or Kevala Bhakta? So the conclusion was that we are practitioner of Kevala Bhakti. Although we may we may think that I'm very far away from the actual goal, or I still have material desires. But there are two categories that you explained, that there is Abhilash and then Anarthas. So we may have material desires, but are we trying to get rid of those material desires, or we are like making it as a goal, we want to fulfill those material desires. So we may have material desires, we may have Anarthas, but we are trying to get rid of that. So we are on the path of, a practitioner of Kevala Bhakti. So that point was elaborately discussed. So I think it was very relevant for us to understand, where we are. And so, yeah, I remember that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So anybody else want to share? Otherwise, we will go to the next shloka. Okay. Yeah, Ganga Pudapur, you have any question or you want to share?
Pujay, just I need little clarification, Pujay. Just I went through this chart which yesterday you shared, Pujay.
I will share again. Okay. I think I'm not co-host. Yes, bro. Yeah. Go. Which chart?
Just Pujay, I'm just opening Pujay. Just three types of like Pradhani Bhuta, Guni Bhuta, Bhakta, that.
Yeah. Tell. Yeah, what is the question?
Just I'm opening Pujay.
Okay, I will share here. Yamuna Vilas, can you make me co-host? Not able to share.
Yes, Prabhuji, just a second. Yes, Prabhuji, I made you co-host.
Okay. So yesterday we discussed this one, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, previous one, just this chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Prabhuji, in this second category, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakta is there. So in that Karma Mishra Bhakti, if somebody is tendering, then he attends liberation and everything is mentioned. That is good, Pujit, clear. But in Gyan Mishra Bhakti, it is mentioned Shantaras. Shantarati.
Shantarati, yeah, not Ras.
Oh, okay.
Rasa is only for the last.
Yeah, that's what I was confused, Pujit. Yeah, that's what I was confused, how this, all these 5 types of rasas are in spiritual world, they themselves are said fully. So how this coming in Gyan Mishra Bhakti? That's what my question. Okay, Vijay, that is Shantarati, not.
This is Shantarati. Yeah, means
Yeah,
they will
yeah,
have the stage of bhava. That rati
yeah.
means stage of bhava. It is. They will not have any rasa, prema. They will not reach to the level of prema.
Law.
Yeah. So example is given 4 Kumaras. And
Yeah, Vijay,
Sukadeva
that's.
Goswami, he is Kripa Siddha, but he happened to get the Pure Devotee Association, and then he attained Shantarasa. Sukadeva Goswami could attain Shantarasa. Yes. So that's it. If they get devotee association, they can go to Rasa stage.
Yeah.
But if they just don't get and then they get the result of their practice, they will remain till the stage of Rati. That is Bhava stage. Is it clear?
Yes, yes, Vijay.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else has any question? What we discussed yesterday?
Prabhuji, it's quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakala Ashanta, Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ataeva Shanta. So Nishkama means he is devoid of desires, right?
Yeah, he is devoid of material desires.
That Nishkam word is regarding with material desires. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. As such, yeah, we can understand. Yeah, even Jnani also is Nishkam in the sense he has only one desire. He wants to merge into Brahman. He has no other desire. So that's why, according to very high standard, he is not called Nishkam. Okay. So this verse will come in Chaitanya Charitamrita only. It will not come in any Vedic literature. See, Vedic literature means like Bhagavad Gita is Vedic literature. Srimad Bhagavatam is Vedic literature as well as it is Vaishnava literature in the sense it is only read by Vaishnavas mostly. Whereas Chaitanya Charitamrita is not read by all Vaishnavas. It is read only by Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So when Gaudiya Vaishnavas discuss this topic in their internal circle, they can quote this verse that all others are sakam, means they have some desire. But devotees themselves in their internal understanding can understand, yeah, we have no desires other than pleasing Krishna. Otherwise, devotee also have desire, no? To please Krishna. In that sense, we have to understand. So that verse we should not quote to those people who are not devotees or those who are practitioners of karma or jnana. Obviously, in practical day and age, nobody is there so much. But we cannot quote to them because they are following as per their adhikar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any other devotee have any question? Okay. Then we will go to next shloka. Okay. I think some devotees were not there also yesterday. So you can hear the recordings later. I'll just show the shloka we have discussed yesterday. So yeah, 7th chapter we are discussing about pure bhakti. This is started, and then we are discussing first verse. Lord Krishna told that who can know me in full knowledge? So one who has surrendered unto me fully. So Maya, and he has done what? Mai asakta manah. He has made his mind in conjunction with me, like that he says. And he has taken my ashraya, mad ashraya, mad yunjan. Okay, like that he says. So he can know me samagram, that he says. And then he says, okay, what is this samagra, this complete knowledge? So in second verse he says, this is including both jnana and vijnana. Jnana is what? Knowledge of the Lord's energy. Which is energy, especially two energies, that is Jiva Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti. And Vijnana is the knowledge about Lord's internal energy, that is Chit Shakti, that we discussed. So like that he goes on describing about the Jnana aspect, the Jiva Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti till the verse 12. He describes many aspects of many of his vibhutis like that. And then 13th onward, he says, okay, there are people who cannot see that I am pervading in this universe. Why they cannot see? So 13th verse, he says, Mohitam mam abhijanati. Why they are Mohitam? They are Mohita by 3 gunas. The 3 gunas are covering them. Okay, so they cannot see me when I am pervading in this universe as the taste in the water or essence of the or the fragrance in the earth or the strength in the strong or endurance in the tapasvi. Like that, he says so many examples. So they cannot see me because they are covered by modes. And then he said, okay, how can one overcome modes and get liberation? When he surrenders unto me. 14th verse he said. Then 15th verse he started telling, okay, if one can get surrender, one can get liberation by surrendering to you, then why not everybody surrender? So they are not surrendering because they are duskritina, they are having wicked intelligence. They don't have the sukriti, they have not met any devotees, they have not got any spiritual piety. So they are not able to surrender. Their intelligence is not yet surrendered to me. And then 16th verse he said, okay, those who surrender are of this category called sukritino. So this word Lord Shri Krishna used, sukritino. Sukritino means those who have the spiritual piety. Okay, so that is the focus of this verse, Sukritino. And then he says this Sukritino has four categories, Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi, and Gyani. So this we discussed elaborately, many devotees shared also. So now we are going to the 17th shloka. So we'll recite together. Tesham Gyani Nityayukta Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate Priyo Hi Gyani No Tat Atyartham Aham Sacha Mama Priya. So wherever this apostrophe is there before T, there is a hidden A. What is it? Atyartham, we can say. Yes. So here, yeah, somebody can read the translation. So, Nagnijiti Priyamataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Of these, the one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best, for I am very dear to him and he is dear to me.
Yeah, so yesterday we learned that how these four categories of people are there, and in that already it was said that Gyani is special. Correct. If you remember, we discussed that Gyani is special. But in that special Gyani, what is that special thing will be described in this next three verses, 17, 18, and 19. Okay, how this Gyani is special. Okay, so 17 to 19 is going to describe that about Gyani. Okay, and as we understand, this Gyani is not impersonalist. Okay, he is a devotee. But what kind of devotee? He is not a Kevala Bhakta. He is not yet a Kevala Bhakta, means a practitioners of Uttama Bhakti. But he is a devotee with influence of some Aishwarya Bhav. Okay, Aishwarya Bhav means some mood of Aishwarya. Means he has some meditation on Paramatma or some universal form. Okay, like that. And he has desire to establish a relationship in peace with Lord. Means basically Shanta Rati or Shantrasa. Okay, so this is the category of this Gyani. Okay, he is not impersonalist. Okay, but he is also not a Uttama Bhakta, not impersonalist. He has knowledge of the Lord. And Srila Prabhupada will say in the purport, this Gyani is having full knowledge. He is in full knowledge of Lord. So what is that full knowledge? We will understand in the purport. So, but 17 to 19 is going to describe about Gyani. Yeah. So here he is saying that Tesham, who are these Tesham? This category described, four categories described earlier. Among all of them, who is the Nityayukta? Gyani is the Nityayukta. So what Srila Prabhupada is saying about Nityayukta? See here, always engaged. Okay, he is always engaged. He is always thinking about the Lord. So Prabhupada also will write in the purport, he is never separate from me, and I am also never separate from him. Like that he will say. And what he does Eka Bhakti. Okay, he is having only Bhakti. He is only in devotional service. He is serving only in the mood of devotional service, like that. And Vishishyate. That is the special characteristic about him, apart from others. Okay. And that makes him Priyo, very dear to me. Priyo, he means what? Certainly. Certainly he is very dear. Who? This Jnani. And Atyartham. So this also a very, very important word. He is saying highly dear. He is highly dear to me. So he said Vishishyate, he is special. He is saying Priya, he is dear. Very dear, actually, Prabhupada writing, very dear. And Atyartham is saying he is very highly dear. See, so many adjectives are used. And then what he says, last line, Aham sa, me also, Lord is saying, sa is referring to Jnani, that Jnani, and Mama Priya, he is also very dear to me. Okay, he is very dear and I am also very dear to him. Aham sa cha and Mama Priya. I am dear to him, he is dear to me, like that. Okay, so that is the meaning of this verse, which is explained. Okay, yeah. Yes, Mataji, please read what Vishnu Chakradhar is saying.
Among these 4 types who are qualified with bhakti,
yeah,
those with Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, who is the best? Among them, the Jnanis is the best. He is absorbed in me constantly, Nitya Yukta. This means that because his consciousness has been brought under control by practice of jnana, he has full concentration in the mind. The other 3 types do not have this quality. But does the jnani just worship you out of fear that his jnana will be ineffective without bhakti?
Yeah. Mataji, you can just read whatever is highlighted. Okay. So that much only we want to discuss. Okay. So whatever is highlighted in this green color, only that much you can read. Okay. So here he is saying now the context of the discussion. So among these 4, so Yesham, so who are qualified? So as you remember last time when we were discussing here, the last verse, this category was described, Pradhanai Bhut Bhakta. Okay, so the 4 categories are here. Okay, and he is asking who is best in them. So among them, Jnani is the best. So why he is best? He is absorbed in me constantly. So this is the reason why he is best, because he is absorbed in me constantly. So that is signified by the word Nitya Yukta in the verse. So here we discussed, correct? Tesham Jnani Nitya Yukta. He is constantly engaged. In which way? In the way of devotional service, right? Yeah, bhakti. Yes, Mataji, please continue. Hare Krishna. Mataji? Nagnijiti Mataji. You are on mute. You are on mute. Yes.
No, he has a predominance of bhakti, eka bhakti, not like other jnanis who have a predominance of jnana. Or the meaning can be he has great attachment to the process of bhakti alone and is a jnani in name only.
Yeah, yeah. So these are the 2 types of jnani which are mentioned here in this Vishnu Chakradhar is specifying. So he has a first thing, predominance of bhakti. How do we know that he has a predominance of bhakti? What was told in the previous verse? He is a pradhani bhut. He is practitioners of pradhani bhut bhakti. So pradhani bhut bhakti is that. Just 1 minute. Yeah. So here he is saying 2 types are there. First, who have predominance of jnana. Second, the meaning can be he has great attachment to the process of bhakti alone and is a jnani in name only. See, so this is jnani in name only. Okay, like that. And here he has a predominance of jnana. So whatever we studied yesterday was this category, predominance of jnana. What is that? Pradhani Bhut Bhakti. He practices. And as you know, yesterday we discussed how he has two characteristics in his portfolio. So one is Jnana, then second one is Bhakti. Jnana is major in his sorry. Bhakti is major and Jnana is less. Sorry. Bhakti is major, Jnana is less. Okay. Yeah. So, and then second category, what Vishnu is saying, which will also come in Prabhupada's purport, in the this purport only it is going to come, and next purport also. So this one has great attachment to the process, and he is doing bhakti alone. Bhakti alone means what? There is no jnana in him. The second category wala. Okay. The first category is Pradhani Bhut Bhakti he is doing. He has majority of bhakti and little bit of jnana. Okay. So just keep it in mind that these two categories of jnani are there in this verse. Okay. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
Having given up desires such
this
as
is from
getting
Baldev
relief from
Vidyabhushan.
suffering,
Yeah.
getting wealth, or getting knowledge of Atma. Yes, this by Baldev Vidyabhushan. Having given up desires such as getting relief from suffering, getting wealth, or getting knowledge of Atma, he is serving me constantly. Nitya Yukta.
Yeah.
The others engage in service as long as they attain their desires. The Jnani has unmotivated devotion and only to me, Eka Bhakti hai. The others engage in devotion to me because I fulfill their desires. Therefore, the Jnani is the best.
Yeah, see, so here very nicely he has spoken the meanings of the word. So very important we understand the meaning of the word. See, Lord Krishna is speaking very short, 4 lines only. But what is the meaning of it, we cannot understand directly unless the Acharyas tell and Srila Prabhupada will tell. So the Nitya Yukta word is used here. For what sense? He is serving me constantly. Correct. He is constantly engaged in devotional service. That Prabhupada translated. Correct. So he has given up desires. What kind of desires? So relief from suffering. What is that category? We discussed yesterday. Artho. Getting wealth. Correct. What is category?
Artharthi.
Artharthi. Correct. He doesn't want. And getting knowledge of Atma. So this is Jigyasu. So he doesn't fall into this category and he is serving me constantly. Why they are not serving constantly? Because these three categories have the material motives. They have material motives, but the Jnani doesn't have. Okay. Others engage in service when they want it and as long as they attain the desire. Okay. So they are not constantly devoted. Okay. Like that. So this does not mean they are like Gunibhut. Okay. They are not like Gunibhut who want to go to Swarga or who want liberation. Okay. They are not like that. They want to serve the Lord only, but they will worship also Lord only, and they want his pleasure only, but they have some material motives also. They are not like Gunibhut. Okay. Who want to serve Lord only because they want Swarga. But these people, Pradhanibhut, they have service also and they have material motive also. But the desire to serve is greater than the material motive. That is the differentiation. Okay. Whereas these people, the desire for motivation, the material motivation is greater than service. Gunibhut. Okay, that is the difference. So we should not think that, oh, these people, they serve as long as they desire and then they go away. No, their material motivation is lesser compared to the degree of their service. They want to serve. So this has some other term, Sukha Aishwarya Uttara Mukti, but this is the explanation of this. They have more desire to serve. And they also want to serve where? In Vaikuntha. They want to serve in Vaikuntha. Sukha Aishwarya Uttara Mukti means they want to serve in Vaikuntha But they have desire for service more. Okay, like that. Yeah, and then last line explains the others engage in devotion to me because I fulfill their desires. Therefore, Gyani is the best. Yeah, Gyani is not as per the middle motive. Yeah, yes, Mataji, please.
The word Atyartha excessively indicates that he limits himself only to love of me, since I am endowed with qualities like omniscience and unlimited powers, which no one can completely describe.
Yeah, so he is having a particular inclination of what kind of love? So he is saying indicates Atyartha excessively, indicates that he limits himself to love of me. Okay, he doesn't worship any demigods. Since I am endowed with qualities like omniscience and unlimited powers. So his focus is here. Oh, Lord is omniscient, he knows everything, and he has unlimited powers. So this is like he has Aishwarya mood, kind of. Okay, this is like the Gyan aspect is more focused. Okay, the Vigyan is not focused in him much. Vigyan, okay, means the sweetness part. The sweetness part is not much in him, but the Jnana part is there so much. Aishwarya Gyan. Oh, Lord is the Paramatma. He is this Paramatma feature. He is focused on that. Okay, he has unlimited powers. He is pervading in throughout the all universe. Like that, he has more meditation. So that's why when we say, okay, Krishna is the taste of water. Okay, so I have a question now. So Krishna is taste of water. So many times you have heard that we should also try to think that how Krishna is the taste of water, how Krishna is pervaded throughout the universe in every atom. So my question is that should devotees actively meditate on this or not? Yeah, anybody can answer. You can raise hand or unmute and answer. Should devotees meditate on this?
They should not continuously meditate, but they should be continuously conscious of this.
Same thing, na? Continuously be conscious but not meditate means what?
Not in the sense, not always remain focused on that, because he is present in so many other things also at simultaneous.
No. Wherever he is present, should a devotee be conscious or in the sense that focus, as you said, or meditate? Let me use the word meditate. So I have a laptop now. I think that, oh yeah, Krishna is there, present in every atom of this laptop. So I meditate on this. Is the devotee meditation on this aspect when he sees the laptop or any book or anything?
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah, why? Why not?
Prabhuji, because that will limit our consciousness only to the knowledge part. But Krishna is all sweet, as you know. So that is why we try to hear more about Krishna's pastimes, sweet pastimes, especially of Vrindavan, not just the Aishwarya pastimes. So the aim of a devotee is to attain love, and I think only focusing on the potency part, or not just potency, but only this not theoretical also.
Means the Aishwarya part or the
Yes, brother.
energy. His energy is how he's pervading throughout the universe.
Yes.
Like that. Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's what is the understanding. Yeah. So one as a devotee, he more meditates. So as a devotee, this is not his active meditation. Okay, for a devotee. This is meditation for this person who is a Gyan Mishra Bhakta, who meditates on Paramatma and Aishwarya Gyan, how Lord is pervading through his energies. But devotees understand more about the Shyam Sundar form of the Lord and his pastimes. And when they see anything in this world, they understand, oh, Krishna has given me this to serve him. More his active meditation is service to that form. Okay, how can I serve him through this laptop? How can I serve him through this, whatever clothes he has given, this body he has given, or whatever we see? How can I serve him? So that emotional connection he develops more, rather than always thinking that, oh yeah, Krishna is the taste of the water and Krishna is there in every element, every atom of the water. He doesn't meditate on it. He thinks, yeah, Krishna has given this water, let me quench my thirst so that I can be more refreshed for the service. That is meditation. Okay. Okay, let's go and read Prabhupada's purport. Yes, yes, Mataji.
Commentary by Srila Prabhupada. Free from all contaminations of material desires, the distressed, the inquisitive, the penniless, and the seeker after supreme knowledge can all become pure devotees. But out of them, he who is in knowledge of the absolute truth and free from all material desires becomes a really pure devotee of the Lord. And of the four orders, the devotee who is in full knowledge and is at the same time engaged in devotional service is, the Lord says, the best.
Yes.
By searching after knowledge, one realizes that his self is different from his material body. And when further advanced, he comes to the knowledge of impersonal Brahman and Paramatma.
Yeah. So here, that's what Prabhupada is saying, that this, among the four categories, this person who is Jnani, he is best because he becomes really a pure devotee. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? We will see in the next purport also. Okay. When he will become, when he comes in touch with other practitioners of devotional service or other pure devotees, then only it will happen. It will not happen automatically. Okay. Not automatic. Okay. So he is saying that this person, he is the best. Why? Because of two factors he has. He has full knowledge. At the same time, he is engaged in the devotional service. Okay. So as I told you, that he is Nitya Yukta. How does he engage? So here is a Nitya Yukta, constantly. But at the same time, he has the Gyan aspect also. He knows. Yeah. So this is actually the 19th verse which is going to come now. By searching after knowledge, one realizes that his self is different from his material body. And when further advanced, he comes to the knowledge of personal Brahman and Paramatma. Okay. So searching after knowledge. Okay, yeah. That 19th verse is going to come little later. The searching after knowledge is who? This is Jigyasu, inquisitive. And knowledge of impersonal Brahman, one who gets, this is person who is explained in this verse, Jnani. So inquisitive becomes Jnani. Okay. Yes, Mataji, please.
So by association with pure devotees, the inquisitive, the distressed, the seeker after material amelioration, and the man in knowledge all become themselves pure.
Yeah.
But in the preparatory stage, the man who is in full knowledge of the Supreme Lord and is at the same time executing devotional service is very dear to the Lord. He who is situated in pure knowledge of the transcendence of the Supreme Personality of God is so protected in devotional service that material contaminations cannot touch him.
Yeah, so here 2 points Prabhupada is making. First, this we already discussed, that association of pure devotees is the cause for him to become pure. Okay. The inquisitive, all the four categories. Okay. The man in knowledge. Who is this man in knowledge? This is Jnani only. Other three categories are mentioned above. Okay. So this Jnani and all other three also become pure. This pure means what? Practitioners of pure devotional service. Okay. What is that? That Kevala Bhakti, as we discussed yesterday, or Uttama Bhakti. Okay. No aspects of karma, only Bhakti. Karma is not there, Jnana is not there. That he will practice. So preparatory stage means what here? What is meaning here? Prabhupada is saying the man who is in full knowledge of the Supreme Lord. So this full knowledge, as I told you, always Prabhupada is referring to Jnani. Okay, he has full knowledge. Okay, that is Aishwarya Jnana. And then he says at the same time, executing devotional service. Okay, both he is doing. He is very dear. Now, very important statement. See this, what he says. He is who is situated in pure knowledge of transcendence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is so protected in devotional service that metal contamination cannot touch him. So, whenever Prabhupada is using this word, pure knowledge of transcendence, he is referring to a bhakta. But when he uses this word, full knowledge of the Supreme Lord, he is referring to a jnani. Okay. So, in that next verse, purport also it will be more clear. The pure knowledge of transcendence is the stage a jnani will attain. In between, what is there? That is Bhagavad Gita 7.19. What is that? Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Okay, that is going to come. After many, many lives, he will become a devotee. Okay, and he will have knowledge about the Supreme Personality of God. Okay, here he may have knowledge not about the personality. Okay, not full knowledge about personality in the transcendence. He has some knowledge about the personality. Okay, but it has Aishwarya also, Gyan, mixed with Paramatma Gyan and all other things. But he has only knowledge about personality. That is knowledge of transcendence. That's what Prabhupada is using here. Yes. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so we'll recite together. This is 18th verse. Udara sarve evaite jnani tu atmaiva me matam asthitah sahi yuktatma mam eva anuttamam gati. Okay, so here he says, okay, somebody can read the translation. Madhav Harinam Prabhu, are you okay? If you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls. But one who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me, the highest and the most perfect goal.
Yes. So again, continuing about the Jnani. Okay, he's continuing about it, as I told, 3 verses. So, Udara Sarve Evaite. Udara means Prabhupada is saying magnanimous. Sarva means who? All these 4 categories. All the 4 category of people. They are all Udara. They are all magnanimous. And then he says Jnani tu, but tu means but. Jnani Atmaeva me matam. Atma iva. Here he's saying. So what is the word? Atma eva. Is that just like myself? Who is speaking? Lord is saying. Lord is saying he is just like myself. Me matam, in my opinion. Asthita sahi yuktatma. And he is situated. Asthita. Okay. Situated, yes. Sahi yuktatma. He is certainly engaged in what? Devotional service. See. So that's why this Jnani is very, very special. Mam, Lord is saying me, unto me, eva anuttamam gatim. Certainly, again he's saying, see, again, here also he used the word, again he's using the word, certainly, anuttamam gatim. Gatim is destination, highest. He'll attain highest destination. Okay, so all are magnanimous, but among all of them, the Jnani, he is considered by Lord that he is just like my own self. Okay, he is surely going to attain the highest and more perfect goal, most perfect goal, like that. Okay, so that is the verse here. Again, Krishna is speaking. Okay, let's see some of the word meanings. From Bhaktivedanta Bhushan, he says few important terminologies about this. So yeah, so Udara, he explains that they are all generous in giving love to me. So these all 4 people, they are Artho, Jigyasu, Arthati, and Jnani. They all offer the results, whatever they get from the Lord, back to the Lord. Okay, so they are going to offer it back to the Lord. They serve the Lord with whatever they get, just like a father, he gets 100 rupees and gives it to the son. So the son may go and purchase something from that 100 rupees and give it back to the father. Okay, and something else he will also use from that. But he has a desire to serve the father. Similarly, these 4 categories of people, they are all Udara, they are all magnanimous in serving the Lord. and whatever they get results, they offer it back to the Lord. Okay. And then he says that Jnani Atma Eva. So he is like my life and soul. So Baldev Vidyabhushan explains that this Jnani is like my life and soul. Okay. And this is because that Jnani has offered his mind to me. So Yuktatma, that what is said. So he has offered his mind. Mind is offered to the Lord. Okay. So these are all characteristics of this Jnani. Okay. And the speciality about him that is mentioned. And then he says that he is Asthita Sahi Yuktatma. He is Asthita, he is situated. What kind of situation? He is firmly convinced. He is not like any Gunibhut Bhakta, who is like little bit having bhakti. No, he is Pradhanibhut category. He is firmly convinced with the idea that I, that is the Lord, alone is the highest object of achievement. Anuttamam Gatim. Highest achievement is the Lord. That much he is fully convinced. Okay. That is the explanation. And then Lord calls him that he is the Atma. He is my Atma. Atmaeva. Like that he says. He is like my Atma, equal to my Atma. And why is it like that? Because he is extremely affectionate for me. Okay. He is very, very affectionate for me. That's why he is like my Atma. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and read Vishwanath Thakur's commentary. Yes, Prabhuji.
Those who worship me, accepting objects they have desired, but which I wanted to give them anyway, are certainly dear to me, who have affection for my devotees. This is because I give generously to them, but the Jnani is myself. He worships me and does not desire anything at all from me, neither Swarga nor loss.
Yes, thank you, Prajit. Yeah. So he is specifying from the verse what all words are used. So he is saying that they all accept objects that they have desired. So they wanted something like we discussed yesterday. Artho, he wants to remove his suffering. Jigyasu, he is inquiring about the Paramatma or Brahman, or inquiring about God. Something he is inquiring. That is inquiry is satisfied, like Shaunakadi rishis. Yeah. And then Artharthi, he wants wealth. So when these people desire and approach the Lord, Lord will give them, and Lord says that which I wanted to give them anyway. So Lord situated as the Paramatma in the heart as the super soul, what he does? He knows their desires. And he was going to give them anyway. And they asked also. So, and then he says, they are certainly dear to me. Okay, like that. And who have affection for my devotees, like that. Okay, so they are dear to Lord. Then he said, this is because I give generously to them. So this is word which is used Udara also. So that sense also, Lord also gives them generously, and they also offer it back generously to the Lord. Okay. And among them, Jnani is myself, Atmaeva. Correct. That's what was told in the verse. And he worships me. Who? This Jnani. Jnani worships me and does not desire anything at all. So he is having no material motives, no motives of gaining wealth, all that like that. That was explained earlier. Neither Swarga nor Moksha, like that he doesn't want. Yes. Yes, Praji, please continue.
The Jnani, who has a predominance of bhakti and no material desires, is considered by the affectionate Lord as his own self.
Yeah.
But the Kevala Bhakta, the pure devotee, is considered by the Lord to be dearer than his very self.
Yeah, so this is the difference now. This statement is about Jnani. This statement is about Bhakta. See, so Bhakta or Bhakti is greater than Jnana is mentioned here, in the sense that this Jnani also, who is practicing Bhakti with Aishwarya Jnana, is not as far as the Bhakta who is doing only devotional service. Okay, so what was this category? This was Bhakti is more, Jnana is less. But this Bhakti category is what? Only Bhakti, 100%. no jnana, no karma. So what he is saying? But the Keval Bhakta, the pure devotee, who meditates only on the Sham Sundar form, not on Paramatma, all that, is considered by the Lord to be dearer than his very self. Correct? His own self, what was that word? Atma eva. Atma eva. He is like me. But he is saying he is dearer. So for that, he is giving one reference. Okay, from Uddhav Gita. So my dear Uddhava, neither Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Sankarshana, the goddess of fortune, nor indeed my own self are dear to me as you are. That is, he is saying to Uddhava. So devotee is considered dearer compared to Jnani also here. Even this Jnani is not an impersonalist still. Okay. Yes, Roji. Srila Prabhupada. Yeah.
It is not that devotees who are less complete in knowledge are not dear to Lord. The Lord says that all are magnanimous because anyone who comes to the Lord for any purpose is called a Mahatma or great soul.
Yeah.
The devotees who want some benefit out of devotional service are accepted by the Lord because there is an exchange of affection. Out of affection, they ask the Lord for some material benefit, and when they get it, they become so satisfied that they also advance in devotional service. But the devotee in full knowledge is considered to be very dear to the Lord because his only purpose is to serve the Supreme Lord with love and devotion.
Yeah. So this again, this word, see, Prabhupada has used full knowledge. So as I told, full knowledge, Prabhupada uses the word for this Jnani. And knowledge of full, knowledge of transcendence, that word will come in the next slide. So there he will say about Bhakta actually. Okay. So this understand, full knowledge, he speaks about Jnani. And he is considered to be very dear, like as it's explaining this verse, that he is Udara Sarva Evate Jnani tu Atmaeva. Me matam astita sahi yukta atma. He is very, very dear to me. Mameva anuttamam gatim. And previous verse also he told, na? What was the last line? Aham sacha mama priya. Like that. He very dear to me. That is Jnani. So see, there are two important words here that I want to draw your attention to. See, in the purport, Prabhupada saying second line, the Lord says that all are magnanimous. So what is this talking about from the verse? What is this magnanimous about? Yeah, somebody.
Udar.
Udar. That word Prabhupada is explaining here. Udaraha. Ye sarve. Like that. So they are all magnanimous because what is the reason? Anyone who comes to the Lord, they are not going to demigod, remember. For what purpose? Any purpose. Not pure bhakti. See, they are not doing pure bhakti. Just imagine how much those who are doing pure bhakti without material motives, without bhakti, without mukti, desires of bhakti and mukti. Correct? That's what we discussed yesterday. Bhakti, mukti, they don't have, how much they will be dear. They are all considered magnanimous. So that's why Lord says they are more dear than all these four categories, pure devotees. So any purpose is called a Mahatma. And Lord does not say, oh, you are coming for some material motive, I will not give you. No, he doesn't say. What he says, they are coming, the devotee want some benefit out of devotional service are accepted. They are not rejected. See, this is the point. Many times as devotees, we may also think, oh, if I have some material desire, which anyway I want to give up. Like yesterday we were discussing. Correct? Anartha. Anartha is a unwanted desire. Already the adjective is applied, unwanted. But for these people, what is it? Want. They have not put into anartha. For them it is abhilasha. They want to fulfill it. See the difference? And what does Lord do to them? He accepts them. He doesn't reject. So when this person who has understood this is anartha, so will the Lord reject him or accept him? He will surely more and more accept him. And in due process, what will happen? Anartha Nivritti will happen. Okay. So this devotee also, like all of us are trying to do pure devotional service, we should not be, feeling morose or feeling non-confident whether bhakti is working on me. I don't know. So many years happened, 10 years, 20 years. Maybe it is not working because we never thought I am practicing pure bhakti. Like sometimes the medicine don't work, na? Obviously, bhakti is not like that. Bhakti, even somebody, Prabhupada explains that somebody puts his hand in the fire, it works, obviously. Bhakti is working, but the process is slow, should not make us lose our enthusiasm. Okay. So they are not rejected. Okay. So out of affection, they ask the Lord for some material benefits. See, the word used is affection. What kind of affection? Because as the word is magnanimous, it is understood in two ways. That they serve the Lord and the Lord also serves them. So it is reciprocal. Okay. Lord and these four categories of people. They serve each other mutually. Obviously, Lord doesn't want, he is independent of taking service from anybody, but he feels so much exchange of affection from them also. And who are these people? They have material motive. So just imagine how much Lord would be wanting to take the service of those who don't have this material motive. Okay. So this last line we already explained. Gyan is very dear. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we will take question after we complete this section. Okay. So this 19th verse, we will take last one and then we can take question if anything is there. So let's recite together. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan mam prapadyate vasudevah sarvam iti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Okay. So somebody can read the meaning. Okay. Harsh Prasannatma Prabhu, are you available to read translation and purport?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, please read.
Translation. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah. So you can mute yourselves. There's some background noise. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So he's saying after many births, okay, Bahunam, Janmanam, Ante. Births and deaths, obviously. He has to die also, yeah. Jnanavan. So this again, as I told you, the section is going about the Jnani. Okay. Mam, Lord is speaking about him. Unto me, prapadyate. Okay. They surrender unto me. And what they realize? Vasudeva sarvam iti. Knowing me to be the cause of all causes. Sarvam iti. So see how Prabhupada is translated. Cause of all causes. So this will be explained in the purport. And then he says, Sa, that Mahatma. Correct? This word Mahatma came earlier also. In the purport, Prabhupada already told this Mahatma. So he says, such a great soul, Maha Atma. Su means very. Durlabha is rare. Very rare. Okay. So let's see some of the word meanings. Okay. So this 19th verse. Yeah. That we already discussed. Okay. Yeah. Please read Prabhu. Harsh Prabhu. Vishwanath Thakur's comment. Yeah.
Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, you say that this Jnani is fixed in you as a supreme goal. Consequently, this Jnani Bhakta attains me. But after how long does a Jnani become qualified as a devotee?
Yes.
He who possesses knowledge, seeing Vasudev everywhere, after many births, surrenders unto me. Such a saintly person surrenders to me through chance association with devotees.
Yes, thank you, Braji. Yeah, so this is what question is there in the mind of Arjuna. Correct. Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. So Arjuna has this question in the mind. Okay. So after how many lives this Jnani becomes a qualified as a devotee? So Krishna is answering in this verse that after many births, he who possesses knowledge, means again this knowledge is referring to the Jnani. We are talking about him. And what this Jnani does? Seeing Vasudeva everywhere. As I told, he has the meditation on the energies of the Lord, how energy is pervading throughout the universe, how the Paramatma is there in every atom. So all that meditation is so told here, Vasudevam Sarvam Iti, seeing Vasudeva everywhere. That is one meaning. Okay. Prabhupada also says another meaning is that Vasudeva is everything in the sense that his ultimate conclusion. That is another understanding that we will understand now in the purport. So this person, after many births, he surrenders unto me, whom the personal form. Okay, he surrenders to the personal form. Okay, that is Sham Sundar, like that. Okay, and then the question is asked, okay, what happens in that many births? After many births, you are saying he will surrender. But what happens in during those births? So he says, such a saintly person. Who is that? Jnani. Surrenders, prapadyate to Vasudeva, to me, through chance association. Through chance association with devotees. So this is about the bhakta. So as I told earlier, it's not automatic. Okay, so it's not automatic that after many births will pass, then suddenly he will become a devotee or gradually he will become a devotee. No, there is something happening in between. He gets the association of devotees. He gets some limbs of bhakti. Okay, this is limb of bhakti. Correct. Sadhu Sangha he gets. The Sadhu Sangha changes him. The sadhus, Sangha, they give him the knowledge that, yeah, actually, this is not the actual meditation. That Lord is the energy pervading throughout the universe. Lord is the Paramatma in every atom. This is not the actual meditation that we should do. The actual meditation should be on the personal form, Sham Sundar form. How is there in Dwarka? How is there in Vrindavan? How is there in Mathura? How is there in Vaikuntha? So many pastimes. How as the Lord Ram? So he has so many personal pastimes. So they educate him. The sadhus, the devotees, they educate him in the knowledge of the personal form. Okay. So in the personal form, they educate him and then he becomes a devotee. It's not that it happens automatically. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, please read Prabhupada's commentary.
Srila Prabhupada. The living entity, while executing devotional service or transcendental rituals, after many births, may actually become situated in transcendental pure knowledge that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal of spiritual realization. In the beginning of spiritual realization, while one is trying to give up one's attachment to materialism, there is something learning towards impersonalism. But when one is further advanced, he can understand that there are activities in the spiritual life and that these activities constitute devotional service.
Okay, maybe I think you are in some railway station or somewhere, Prabhuji. Some announcement.
Yes, actually, I am traveling. I am in the metro station.
Oh, okay, sorry. You are traveling, I didn't know. Okay, thank you. Still reading. So the living entity, he is explaining, while executing devotional service, what form? Transcendental rituals. This again represents the activities of this Jnani. And then Bhavanam Janmanam Ante, many births, may actually become surrendered. Okay, situated in the transcendental pure knowledge. See this word again. Okay, so this word, as I've been explaining earlier, so this is transcendental pure knowledge. It refers to the knowledge of Bhakti Yoga. It is not the knowledge of the Jnani. Okay, it's about the knowledge of the Bhakti Yoga system. Okay, so please note this word, transcendental pure knowledge is different from this full knowledge. Full knowledge is referring to Jnana. Okay, in the beginning of spiritual realization, while one is trying to give up one's attachment to materialism, there is some leaning towards impersonalism. Yeah. So this leaning towards impersonalism is what? This Jnani. In the beginning of his spiritual realization, he has just begun, correct? So when he advances further, okay, somebody can tell how does he further advance? We have been discussing. How does he further advance?
Is it by chance of a pure devotees association?
Yes,
In
yes.
association with devotees.
Yeah, by the association devotee. I think last slide only we discussed it. See here, chance association with devotees. Okay. So association of devotee. Yes. Then he can understand that there are activities in his spiritual life. See the word Prabhupada used. This is a brilliant word. Activities in his spiritual life. Before that, in the beginning of spiritual realization, he did not know about these activities are there of Vaikuntha or in the Goloka. He did not know. So now the devotees are educating him in this spiritual life activities, and that these activities constitute devotional service. That is what is being educated to him, and then he will become a bhakti yogi. Okay, he will practice bhakti. That is the understanding. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, please continue. Okay, you're already in train. No, it's okay. Somebody else can read it. Kishore Madhav, bro, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhu. Thus he thinks of everything in relation to Vasudeva or Sri Krishna.
Yes.
Such a universal vision of Vasudeva precipitates one's full surrender to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna as the highest goal. Such surrendered great souls are very rare.
Yeah, so these great souls who have surrendered, like that, he is very rare. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Correct. That is the word. Sudurlabha. That was explained in the shloka. So what he thinks, thus he thinks after he becomes a devotee, he thinks of everything in relation to Vasudev now, the person. Not in the form of energies. Oh, how Krishna is the taste of water. Krishna is pervading in every atom of water, every atom of this earth. Not like that. Okay. Not Paramatma meditation now. Okay. Or Shri Krishna directly. See the personal form. Such a universal vision of Vasudev precipitates. Precipitates means it concludes basically. It goes ahead, concludes. One's full surrender to the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, as the highest goal. Such devotees are very rare. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Kishore Madhav.
Srila Prabhupada, in the Chandogya Upanishad 5.1.15, it is said, Navai Vacho Chakshumina Srutrani Manasmiti Achakaste Prana iti Eva Chakshate Prano hi Evaitai Sarvani Bhavanti. In the body of a living being, neither the power to speak, nor the power to see, nor the power to hear, nor the power to think is the prime factor. It is the life air which is the center of all activities.
Yeah.
Similarly,
okay. So what is this shloka quoted for? In the verse, somebody can identify and tell why Prabhupada is quoting this verse. What is the relationship with the verse? See the shloka. What is the relationship? Which part Prabhupada is trying to highlight?
Jnanvan Prapannate, full knowledge.
That already over discussion. That was the last paragraph. Yes. What part Prabhupada is speaking? Arun Prabhu, yes.
Vasudevam Sarvamiti, like center of all activities.
Yes. Yeah, that is the point here.
Sarvam.
Yeah. It is the life air which is the center of all activities. Vasudevam Sarvamiti. That's what Prabhupada is going to say in next line. Yes, Prabhupada, continue.
Similarly, Lord Vasudeva, or the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna is the prime entity in everything. And because Vasudeva is all pervading and everything is Vasudeva, the devotee surrenders in full knowledge. Bhagavad Gita 7.17 and 11.14.
Yeah, so 7.17 we just now read. There are two verses before. So that's what Prabhupada is quoting here. Tesham Gyani Nityukta Eka Bhakti Vishishyate. Correct, that verse he is quoting. and 1140, 11th chapter we'll read. Okay. So basically both are establishing the fact what Vasudeva is all pervading and everything is Vasudeva. Okay. And devotee surrenders in full knowledge. Yes. So then we have completed this section. Okay. So if anybody has any question, then they can please ask on these 3 verses. Yes, Deepali Mataji.
Prabhu, in verse number 7.17, in the commentary of Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Chakravarti Thakur, Shwana Chakravarti Thakur, you said that there are 2 types of jnanis. So, which are those 2 types? I'm confused in that.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. So here he is saying one has predominance of jnana. That's what we have been discussing till now. Pradhanibhut Bhakti. This one, first one is clear. This is what is being discussed till now, everywhere. Okay. That has, this Pradhanibhut Bhakta has meditation on energy of the Lord pervading in the universe. He also meditates on the Paramatma, all that. Okay. But this second one, good you asked, I forgot to explain. This second one is a Bhakti Yogi. Okay. Who might have come from impersonal background, like this person who was meditating on all this, and then now he became a devotee after coming in touch with devotees. Correct. So now he is practicing completely this Bhakti Yoga, and then he says he has great attachment to the process of Bhakti alone. He has given up all the meditations on the Jnana aspect or that energy, this energy aspect, Paramatma aspect, all that he has given up. He does only Bhakti. And in the name only he is Jnani. Means he was previously as a Jnani, like there is an example which is given in the Jaiva Dharma. Okay, there one sannyasi Thakur is there. So he was an impersonalist. So he came to devotional service. So he was having the robes and all the identification and tilak and all of the impersonalist, and he became a devotee. So till the time he was initiated, people were calling him Sannyasi Thakur only, and identifying with the impersonalism, what he came from. But he was actually become a devotee already. And then another example, as we understand, Sukdev Goswami. So in this pastime, he was born as an impersonalist from Vedvyas as his son, but he became a devotee. So when we are reading and seeing Sukdev Goswami as of now, we understand he's a great devotee, but the background is impersonalist. Okay, so he is Jnani in the name only. Okay, sometimes person may identify. This is one explanation of this. Another explanation of that, he is a Jnani in the sense that this Ramanujacharya explains that he has the, okay, let me write in English, Bhagavat Gyan, knowledge of the Lord. Okay, about his pastimes, all that. Okay, he has knowledge about his pastimes. Basically, Tattva and Rasa. These 2 things he knows. Tattva he knows and Rasa knows. He knows about the Lord. That is Bhagavad Gyan. So this Ramanujacharya says in his commentary. Okay. Ramanujacharya. That is Bhagavad Gyan, which is there. So this is second category, which Vishnu Thakur has specified. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Somebody else had question, I think. Somebody had raised hand.
Prabhuji, I
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Yeah.
Prabhuji, in the purport of 7.18, like you have mentioned, whenever it is written as devotee in full knowledge, it refers to Jnani, and devotee who has the pure knowledge of the transcendence is called Bhakta. So in the purport of 7.18, it is written, but the devotee in full knowledge is considered to be very dear to the Lord because his only purpose is to serve the Supreme Lord with love and affection. Such a devotee cannot live a second without contacting or serving the Supreme Lord. So here, the devotee in full knowledge is Jnani, and then the further lines are said because now he has become a pure devotee.
Yeah, but the devotee in full knowledge is considered to be very dear to the Lord because his only purpose is to serve the Supreme Lord. with love and devotion. Okay, such a devotee cannot live without a second, without contacting or serving the Supreme Lord. No, this is explaining about this Jnani only. This is not yet become a devotee.
Prabhuji, but how come then he has love and devotion if he has not become a...
Yes, Prabhupada is writing that with love and devotion, but understand his love and devotion is not like a bhakti yogi. He loves the Lord because Lord is pervading throughout the universe as his energy or as Paramatma. He loves the Lord for that. The reason for love is not as we understand, oh, Lord is such a sweet personality. That is not his reason of love. Okay, like that. So, and his devotion is not yet pure devotion.
Okay,
Prabhupada did not write pure devotion. Okay. So that is the understanding here, that he is loving Lord for these reasons. Otherwise, there is no difference between him and the pure devotee then. Okay, that would discredit all the flow of the shlokas if we take that meaning here. Okay, the flow of shlokas would not mean only than anything. Bahunam Janmanam Ante then means what? Until now, Prabhupada has been explaining full knowledge word with respect to Jnani only. And wherever this word comes, knowledge of transcendence, that means Bhakta. Then that would discredit all that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else has any question? No. Okay. Then we'll go ahead to the next section, 20. So now fifth section is starting, surrender to demigods and impersonalism. So this is 24 and 25, which we will see next time. And this is 22, 23. Now we are going to see. Okay, let's see how much we can do. Yeah. Yeah. Please recite with me. Kamestairhirta jnana prapadyante anya devata tam niyamam asthaya prakritya niyata swaya. Okay, so somebody can read the translation who has not participated maybe. Okay. Prabhu, Mukund Prabhu, would you like to read?
Okay, Prabhuji. Translation we need to read, right? Only.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Okay. So now the topic is changing. So he's saying those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods. Okay. Earlier people, they were surrendering to whom? They were surrendering to Krishna, Vasudev, Vishnu. But now these people have surrendered to demigods. But they also have material desires. Correct. Previous people also, they were also Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi. These people are also that category. Obviously, Jnani will not come here. Jnani knows the Lord and he will surrender to Lord only. But only these three categories. They have material desires, these people also have. But the problem here is they are surrendering to demigods. They are not surrendering to Lord Vishnu or Krishna or Vasudev. And what happens here? Follow the particular rules, okay, and regulations. So niyamam, tam niyamam, particular rules and regulations they follow of worship, whatever is given in the Vedas of worship, according to their own natures. Prabhupada is translating this prakritya, niyatah swaya. Swaya means their own. Okay. Niyata means being controlled by them. Nature. Okay. So being controlled by their own nature. So the verse is saying kamastasteh. Okay. This word is very important. So this Prabhupada said by desire. Basically, this is the material desire. Different kinds. Teh. Okay. And what their desires have done? Krita Jnana. They have stolen the knowledge. Okay. What kind of knowledge? That Vishnu or Krishna is supreme. knowledge of Supreme Personality of Godhead is not there. They have been stolen. Prapadyante Anya Devata. And when it is stolen, what they do? Prapadyante, they surrender or though they go. So this same similar word, prapadyante, something similar came in the previous verse. Can somebody see what was the word used in one of the previous verses? Some similar word came.
Jnanavan va prapadyante.
Jnanavan va
prapadyante.
Yes, that was not exact the same word, yeah, but yeah, prapadyate, prapadyante, they are the same dhatu. Prapanna, okay, to surrender, like that, okay. So from that same word they are coming, yeah. Jnanavan mam prapadyate. So they also surrender. These people also surrender. But the thing is, they are surrendering to Anya Devata, not to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tam tam niyamam asthaya prakritya niyata swaya, like that. Okay. So basically this verse is talking about the people who are having material desires. Okay. So people surrendering to demigods. Okay. This verse is talking about them. And this section, whole 20 to 23, we will discuss about it. Okay. So here some of the word meanings we will see that is being explained. So here it's mentioned that those who worship the Lord Vasudev or Krishna with material desires, they become liberated, correct? Till now, whatever I discussed, 17, whatever, 16 onwards, you can say 16, 17, 18, 19, all this, whatever I discussed was surrendering to Vasudev. And those who worship or surrender to him, they become liberated, correct? And now, what the category is coming? Those who don't surrender to Vasudev, and what will happen? They will not get liberated. Okay. Yeah. So these people are worshipping the devatas because of the desire. So what is the word used here? Kama is tahe. Okay, being controlled by their desires. Niyata, that is controlled. And they want immediate happiness. Okay, that will be explained in purport. Prabhupada says that they want some wealth, they want some particular wealthy husband or wife, something like that they desire. So that Prabhupada will explain. So these demigod worshippers don't go to the Vishnu. And Irita Jnana, this word is explained by Baldevi devotion, as they become devoid of intelligence. So one thing I want to point out here, the devoid of intelligence here is due to not having any Sukriti again. No Sukriti. Because if anybody has Sukriti, he will go to Lord Vishnu. And no Sukriti, then they will not go to Vishnu or Krishna. Okay. So then whom they will go? They will go to the demigods. And some people even don't go to demigods, they go to some other. We will see that. So they follow the path given in the Vedas to worship the demigods. Okay, why? What is the prime reason? They don't have any Sukriti. So as we have been discussing in 15th shloka, they are called Duskriti because they are having wicked intelligence. What is that wicked intelligence? They are having the intelligence not to surrender to Vishnu. And then we had Sukriti now in the 16th verse. That is intelligence given to those people who have the desire to surrender to the Supreme Lord. And how does that desire come? By association, chance association of devotees. Okay. So that is called Sukriti. So somewhere in the past life, they have got some prasad, they have got some association of devotees, or they have heard some kirtan, they have visited some holy place. So all that has accumulated, and in this life, they are getting the push from within to worship Lord Vishnu. That is called Sukriti. But these people, they have not received that Sukriti. So now the question is that what has stolen their knowledge? Okay, is it the material desires that is actually stealing or something else? What is stealing their intelligence? This is the question. Why this intelligence is stolen? Yeah, so somebody can answer. Those who want to answer, please unmute. Yeah, Arun Pro. Sorry, Aruna Mataji. Okay, okay. Yeah.
Prabhuji, I feel it has two answers because as per the purpose, the intelligence has been stolen by material desires. But you, as you said, their intelligence has been stolen because they do not have, or why they are surrendering to demigods, because they do not have bhakti sukriti. So that is the main reason why they are not able to come to Krishna, and instead they are going to demigods. So the absence of bhakti sukriti is the main reason.
Okay, let's hear from others. Yeah. Okay, Yamuna Vilas,
Prabhuji, modes of material nature, ignorance.
Yeah, modes of material nature, yeah, they are there, but they will be acting on these people also, na? Those who want to worship to Lord Vishnu. Yeah, they will be acting on them also, na? Those who want to worship Lord Vishnu. It's not that they are free of modes, but they are also going to Lord Vishnu. They are in modes. These all Pradhani Bhut we discussed and Guni Bhut we discussed, na? They are all under modes only.
But I mean,
because they...
Yeah, you know, let's play.
No, because of mode of ignorance, they're not having knowledge of the Supreme Lord, like how the Supreme Lord is the ultimate goal. And how is they cannot differentiate between like demigods and the Supreme Lord.
Yeah.
So basically lack of knowledge.
Yes. So lack of knowledge. So demigod worshippers, if you go and give knowledge, they will still not come to worship Vishnu. You will just go and teach them. Yeah. Prabhuji, you have to raise hand and then your sequence will come, then you have to speak. Okay. Yeah. Yamuna, you want to say anything else?
Sukruti also, Prabhuji, like pious, spiritual piety, lack of
okay. Yeah, correct. That is that's I'm going to explain. Let me hear from others. Yeah, Jai Shri Radha Mataji.
Prabhuji, in previous verses, we have learned that Kamat Krodho Vijayate. That can we connect that thing here? Means Krodhat Smriti Bhansh and Smriti Bhansha Buddhi Vinashati, something like that. That we can connect here because the first word is also here that Kamaste means because of the desire. So I think because of that intelligence.
Mataji, where that verse comes, you remember? That shloka which you quoted, where does it come? Which section?
I think in
2.64, I think.
Yeah, what is the flow going on there? Anybody remembers? What is Lord Krishna speaking? I think Sthita Pragya description was done. After Lord is speaking something. What is that?
How a jiva fall down. So those three shlokas.
No, which jiva? That is very important. Not any jiva. Which jiva falls down there? Something Prabhupada is explaining particularly about. Yeah. Which jiva is that? Whether he is a karmi, he is a jnani, he is a bhakta. Which jiva is that?
Karmi.
No, don't guess if you don't know. Those who know can answer. Mataji, yeah, that is not the context same as here. Okay. The context there is about the perfected jnani. Okay. The jnani who is called Sthita Pragya in that chapter, about him the Lord is speaking, who is going to get perfection. So when he is speaking that this jnani deviates from his path and starts meditating on dhyayato vishyam pumsa, all that, then he will fall down like Vishwamitra Muni. Okay, that is not applicable for the section where devotees are meant to discuss about, not about devotees. Okay, that is not for the devotee discussion. So anywhere we find similar word, oh, there also word kama came, here also word kama is coming. So we can connect anything. No, please don't do like that. We have to read what context that thing is come and here what context the thing has come, and then we have to understand it accordingly. Okay. So we cannot connect that, Mataji. Okay, somebody else has raised hand. 1 minute. Okay. Arun Prabhu?
I have heard once, Prabhuji, that because that particular person is not showing the surrendered to Supreme Lord, so and want to enjoy, then Krishna puts the material desire in his heart.
Oh, Krishna is so hard-hearted, is it not?
No, because he wants.
He wants. Okay.
He wants to enjoy.
Yeah, but my question to you, Prabhu, is yesterday we discussed those who worship Vishnu also, they also have material desires. No, just now we have been discussing. They have material desires, correct? They want to, yesterday we discussed Abhisandaya, that verse. Those who have motive to get liberation, they want to hurt others, that is in worshipping Vishnu in ignorance. Those who want to get liberation, that is worship of Vishnu in goodness. Correct? Huh? So why Lord doesn't put them also in their heart the desire to worship demigod? You getting the point?
I understood your question, but like
yeah, see what you said. What I remember you said is because they have material desires, so Lord puts no. What can you say again? What you said? When the Lord puts
because
they want to enjoy.
They are not surrendered and they want to enjoy separate from God. Then separate from Krishna, then Krishna puts desire.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Now, till now, we have been discussing two categories, na? Gunibhut Bhakta and Pradhanibhut Bhakta. So they are also wanting to enjoy only. Correct? Gunibhut, to so much they want to enjoy. But Lord doesn't put them the desire to worship demigod. Okay, so somebody else. Let's hear from. Actually, somehow the sequence of hand raise for me, it comes different here than whoever raised. Kishore Madhav, bro? Yes, bro.
I was not sure, so I raised hand and again dropped. Actually.
Oh, that's it, like that. I thought my sequence is changing.
No. Okay. So, what I feel that because as mentioned in the last part of this shloka, they are using their own regulations, Swayam Niyam basically, and not following the rules of what has been prescribed by Shastra and Krishna. That's why they might be.
So the question is, Prabhuji, that's what the question is, why they are following the Swayam Niyama, which you are saying. Actually, here the word is Niyama Asthaya Prakritya Niyata Swaya. Yeah. So they are following their own nature. So what is that making them follow their own nature? Because just having material desires will not do. Because till now we discussed Pradhanibhut, Gunibhut, both worship Vishnu. And they want to fulfill their material desire only. And Lord is saying, Udara, ye sarve, even though they have material desires, I accept them and they offer me back. And that is like the reciprocation of what is that? Prabhupada used that word, na? Affection. Reciprocation of affection. So why does not Lord put material desires there also, in the sense that you worship demigod now? You have no material desires, you go to demigods. So why they are following their nature, these people, demigod worshippers? Okay, let's hear from Pranamati.
False ego, Prabhu.
Okay, explain a little bit more.
One who is in false ego, he has his own whimsical ways of explaining everything. Although they are continuous reader of Shastras, if no surrender and one is very much in false ego, not ready to surrender or submissive, then he is not accept Lord as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because we have one case, one lady was a very nice devotee. She attended the whole Bhagavad Gita class, but still she is worshipping demigods, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 16 rounds, but a staunch follower of demigods. And because lack of sadhana
16 rounds of what she is chanting, Mataji? Demigod mantra or?
No. She is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra only.
Okay.
But
Good.
lack of seva is not leading her to surrender.
Okay.
So false ego is the basic reason.
So okay. Okay, I will share the same verse. You can tell me, Mataji, whether these people have false ego. So you are able to see my screen. It is from the third canto again. Yesterday we discussed Abhisandaya, that word, where they have motive of something else. So third canto, 29th chapter. Please read this, Mataji. Only English.
Okay. The angry person, that is Sambrami, devoid of compassion.
Just read English.
The angry person devoid of compassion who worship me with intentions of violence, pride, and hatred is tamasic in bhakti.
So this person, this verse, obviously Lord Krishna is speaking, Kapila Dev, okay, who is Lord Krishna, means in his incarnation, speaking to Mother Devavati. So now, Mataji, this person is angry person, devoid of compassion. He worships me, he is saying. See this word. He worships me. And then what he does? With intentions, he has some intentions. What kind of intentions he has? Of violence, pride, hatred. He is tamasic in his bhakti. This person is in ignorance. Earlier also somebody was saying in ignorance. This one is also, but he is worshipping whom? Lord Vishnu. So do you think this person doesn't have ego?
They have.
They have, no? Yeah, like that there are 3 verses. This is about Rajasic Bhakti. Okay. So he who worships me in the forms of deities and others with desires for other objects, with goals of material gain, fame, or wealth. So this person doesn't have ego. This also has. What is because these people, those who are devotees, practitioners of Keval Bhakti, they are also having ego. These are not practitioners of the pure Bhakti. They are having Bhakti in different modes. This is mode of passion. And then third one, this is mode of goodness. He worships there to destroy karma, making his works and offering to the Supreme Lord, or executing the worship as a duty, having a desire for liberation, has Sattvic Bhakti. So these are all worship in the mode of 3 modes. Okay, they are all worshipping in 3 modes, but they are worshipping Vishnu. That is their credit. Okay, so ego they also have, Mataji. Yeah. Okay. Next, who has raised hand? Deepali Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, maybe because they don't have faith in Krishna.
Yes, yeah, correct. You are correct. They don't have faith in Krishna or Vishnu. These people have faith. Yeah. So the question comes, from where this faith comes? How does one get this faith, Mataji?
From Shastras.
Yeah, like Mataji was saying one example, that Mataji is chanting 16 rounds, or okay, let's not take that example. But there are many people, you may know philosophical people who have done their, thesis on Jiva Goswami's Sandarbhas, and there are many people in West. We may also not know that what they know in the Shastra. But unfortunately, they are not devotees, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, because they don't be in devotee associations.
Yeah, correct. So one thing is, as we discussed, knowledge does not imply faith. Okay, but faith can lead one to knowledge. Okay, that is correct. So the second point, what you said, Mataji?
Devotee association.
That's right. Why they are not coming to devotee association? Because they don't have faith. But what is the reason of getting this faith? That's what we are discussing. Okay, let's hear from others quickly. Yamuna Vilas Pro.
Prabhuji, my reason was something different, like not faith, but immediate results. Immediate results.
Okay.
They want immediate results, and they are not having and they know that if I do the bhakti of Vishnu, it's a long process. Lord Vishnu not, so that one reason I was thinking.
But where is that Lord Vishnu saying that if my bhakti is a long process and I will not give you quickly?
Not in that sense, but like Lord will not give whatever we want. He will see.
Why you think like that? Did he not give the kingdom to Dhruva? He wanted kingdom, and Sudama did not want also. He gave the whole kingdom to Sudama. So Lord gives, and here only he told that Pradhanibhut Bhakti.
But
they want
Dhruva Maharaj, he got purified, Prabhuji. He got purified, and then Lord bestowed that, because.
Yeah, but not in all cases. Lord will purify also. Na? See, here this PPT. We'll go back. See here. Survey. Yes. Yeah. See here. Third point. The devotees who want some benefit out of devotional service are accepted by the Lord because there is an exchange of affection. See here. Those who worship me, accepting objects they have desired, which I wanted to give them anyway, are certainly dear to me, who have affection for my devotees. This is because I give generously to them. So Lord doesn't say that I will first purify you and then give. And these people are not wanting to get purified, and Lord doesn't purify them also. So these people, as I told you, they will go to Vaikuntha and they will enjoy their Sukha and Aishwarya. That is called Sukha Aishwarya Uttara Mukti. They will enjoy their Sukha and Aishwarya. Okay, they don't want to have much relationship with the Lord, but they want to enjoy Vaikuntha. And Lord says, Yanti Mad Yajino Pimam, 9th chapter. He said, those who worship Bhuta and Pretagana, they will go to there. But those who worship me, they will come to me. So these people worship him and they go there. And Lord doesn't say that, oh, why you are not having a pure devotion? I will first purify you. Then you can get all these objects. He doesn't say here. So that is not right, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody else want to share something? This question, whatever we are discussing. That what is the reason that Hirita Jnana has happened? Their intelligence is stolen. What is the reason? Okay, yeah, already as I told, this is about Sukriti, but as Mataji told that faith they don't have, Dipali Mataji said that was the right reason actually. This Sukriti actually means having faith. Okay, pure devotional faith. See, why these people are worshipping demigods? Because they have faith in demigod. Why other people worship Vishnu? Because they have faith in Lord Vishnu. How does one get the faith in Lord Vishnu? So if you remember earlier also I showed this shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, that how one becomes a devotee or how one comes to understand that devotional service is the supreme. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, Yamanavlaslu, you had only read last time. Please read again.
O my Lord, O infallible Supreme Person, when a person wandering throughout the universes becomes eligible for liberation from material existence, he gets an opportunity to associate with devotees. When he associates with devotees, his attraction for you is awakened. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest goal of the topmost devotees, and the Lord of the universe.
Yeah, so when the person associates with devotees, his attraction for you is awakened. This attraction is what is his faith, the little faith which he has. So this whole concept of faith is explained in Madhurya Kadamini in the first chapter. Okay, I will send in the WhatsApp group a small excerpt from that. The whole explanation is that the Sukriti or the faith which one gets comes from the small positive favorable experiences one has from the devotional items, which is unknown to him. Agyat Sukriti. Okay, like taking some prasad. He doesn't know that this is prasadam, but he appreciates it. Or he hears some good music. He doesn't know that it is Hare Krishna Mahamantra or it is some spiritual song, but he appreciates that. So all that appreciation over many lifetimes accumulates for him to become Shraddha, that faith threshold. When it reaches some 100% of that faith level, then he wants to accept the process of devotional service. And what he accepts, that faith means what? As I told yesterday, Shastrartha Shraddha is called faith. So this faith means having faith in the Bhakti scriptures. Okay. Or having faith in Lord Vishnu or Krishna, whatever, the Supreme Lord. So this will happen only when he comes in touch with devotees association in past life. And he was not knowing that these are people who are devotees or they are giving me something related to Krishna or Vishnu. That's called Agyat Sukriti. Okay, so very basic concept. This we should know. Then we can understand these other concepts. So Agyat Sukriti, when he accumulates many lives, then it builds up and becomes the crosses a threshold and it becomes strong faith. Strong faith means not like prema, not that strong faith, but the faith that, oh, these scriptures about like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, they are good. Lord Vishnu, yeah, we have to worship only Lord Vishnu. We have to worship only Krishna. That comes through that association. Okay, like that. And then when he gets this faith, that's what is called this Sukriti is Agyat Sukriti. Then he worships Vishnu. And when he doesn't have this Sukriti, there is no Sukriti like this association with devotees, then he worships anybody else according to his nature. He wants to worship demigods, he will worship them. He wants to worship some famous personality, like somebody worships Sachin Tendulkar, somebody worships Amitabh Bachchan. All that kind of things he will do. Okay. So this is one basic thing that we should understand as we go ahead. This Agyat Sukriti is what makes one's faith. And from where this comes? Agyat Sukriti comes from the association of devotees. And how does this association one gets? He gets by chance. Chance association. That's why the word was used. Chance association means he did not plan to go to a devotee and associate. That was Agyat, unknown to him, like that. Okay. And many times scriptures use the word Yadrichaya. You can see Yadrichaya. They will use this word. Means by some good fortune. By good fortune, when the living entity comes in contact with the devotee of the Lord. That will be explained. Okay. So why these people are going to demigods? Because they have not received any association of devotee, or they have not received the association of the limbs of devotional service, like that. So that's why they are just working based on their whatever is the inner conditioning. They want to fulfill their material desires. They are going to demigods or anybody else. Okay. So when these people, those who have got Agyat Sukriti, they become devotee. It's not that the material desires become zero. No, they have material desires, but they have faith in Vishnu, that Vishnu is fulfill my desires. That is the point. Okay. Okay. So anybody has question on this just now, what I explained? Agyat Sukriti thing. So all the other things what devotees explain, that ego or whatever other things, like here Prabhupada is saying in this translation itself, that whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires. These material desires are with the devotees also. They also want to fulfill material desires, but they go only to Vishnu. So these are not the direct reasons. Direct reason is they have not got the Sukriti. So when they have not got Sukriti, they want to fulfill this, they go to any other person. Okay. Yes, Aruna Mataji.
So, Prabhuji, the answer in one word, if we say, is lack of Bhakti Sukriti, right? Which is also faith.
Yes. Yeah. That's what another shloka, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says that Bhavanam Janmanam Ante, not that. What is that? Bhakti Lata Bija. How that starts? Anybody remembers?
Brahmand
Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jiva. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. Yeah. So he is roaming among the universe, many species. But Guru Krishna Prasad, when he gets through this Agyat Sukriti, chance association, then he will become a devotee. And then he is called Bhagyavan Jiv. That is chance. By chance, Yadrichaya, good fortune. Kono Bhagyavan Jiv, like that. Okay, that is understanding. Okay, let's go to the purport. Okay, who was reading? I forgot actually. Madhav?
Yeah, I was reading.
Yes, Puji.
It is understood from what you have said that. Just a second, Guruji.
Yeah, Sakam Bhakta. So this was explained till now. The Gunibhut and the Pradhanibhut. Both.
It is understood from what you have said that the Sakama Bhaktas, because they worship you, the Lord, who responds to them, become somewhat successful. But what happens to those who have material desires and worship the Devatas with the desire to remove their suffering or gain material pleasure? 4 verses answers this question. These people,
yes,
these people having no intelligence, Rutadnyana, think that the Devatas like Surya will give immediate relief from the afflictions like sickness, whereas Vishnu will not. They therefore surrenders to Devatas. They are under the control of their nature. Prakrutya Niyata Swaya which are corrupted, averse surrender to me.
Yeah, see this word, averse to surrender to me. It implies that they don't have any Bhakti Gunmukh Sukriti. Bhakti, that Sukriti which makes them Unmukh or favorable towards Bhakti or face towards Bhakti. That Sukriti is lacking. So that's why here Vishnu Jadaguru is explaining that, yeah, this is not for Guni Bhut, sorry, only Pradhani Bhut. That's what discussed now till now. Verse number 16 to 19. That was only Pradhani Bhut. Yeah. Yeah. So Sakam Bhakta, whatever was explained till now, they become somewhat successful. Means what? They get to attain Swarga. Those who are Karma Mishra Bhakti, they are doing, they attain Swarga. And those who are doing Gyan Mishra Bhakti, they attain Shantarati. They get their respective desires fulfilled. Okay. And from here also these people will go to Swarga, and then gradually they will purify and then go to Vaikuntha only. They will attain the Shantarati later. Or if they don't get purified also, they will go to Vaikuntha, but they will have Sukha and Ashwarya. But what happens to those who have material desires? Okay, there also it was Sakam only. Here also it is Sakam only. But worship the demigod, he is asking. So the people having no intelligence, Rita Jnana is translated as no intelligence. Okay, that the Devtas like Surya will give immediate relief from afflictions like sickness, whereas Vishnu will not. So this is what I think somebody was saying that, or I said, Vishnu will not give immediate results. That is not the case. Lord Vishnu gave Dhruva Maharaj 6 months only, whatever he wanted. And there are so many other examples where Lord Vishnu gave results, and that verse Prabhupada is going to quote here, Akamo Sarva Kamova Moksha Kama Udardi Tivreta. So he will Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. So like that, he will say Udardi people worship the Lord Vishnu and they worship him with Shuddha Bhakti, Tivra Bhakti, like that. So here he said these people having no intelligence. What is that no intelligence? This, that Vishnu will not give. No faith in Vishnu. Okay, they lack faith in Vishnu. Why? Why they lack? Because they don't have Sukriti. Vishnu or Bhakti Unmukh Sukriti is not there. So that's why they don't have faith in Lord Vishnu. So they go to demigods like that because of their own natures. That's said here. Their natures push them to go to some other demigods. Yes. Yes, Prabhuji, please continue. Prabhupada's purport.
Those who are freed from all material contaminations surrender unto the Supreme Lord and engage in his devotional service. As long as material contamination is not completely washed off, they are by nature non-devotees. But
Just
even
1 minute, Prabhuji. Yeah, 1 minute. So this we will discuss in Bhagavad Gita 7.28, Yesham tu antagatam papam, jananam punya karmana. So it seems that anybody who is not freed from material contamination, he cannot be a devotee. Okay. So that would be against the understanding that Anat Nivritti is part of the Bhakti process itself. So what Prabhupada is saying, that as long as the material contamination is not completely washed off, they are by nature non-devotees. So he is saying that material motive, okay, that motivation of doing bhakti should not be to fulfill the material desires. He should have understood this material motivations I have is anartha now, and that bhakti will remove it. That is the understanding here. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, continue.
But even those who have material desires and who resort to the Supreme Lord are not so much attracted by external nature. Because of approaching the right goal, they soon become free from all material lust. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is recommended that whether one is a pure devotee and is free from all material desires, or is full of material desires, or desires liberation from material contamination, he should in all cases surrender to Vasudeva and worship him.
Yes, this is what I was saying. So any type of person. So here 3 types are mentioned. Whether one is a pure devotee, who is free from all material desires, means he doesn't want to fulfill any of the material desires. He wants to remove it. Second, or is full of material desires. Sarva Kamava. Akama, Sarva Kam. And third category, is moksha kam. These are of liberation from material contamination. Okay. So, Yajeta Purusha Param. All cases should surrender to Lord Vishnu and worship him like that. So they need not go to demigods. Okay. But the people will go when they don't have the faith in Vishnu. Yes, Prabhuji. We will just complete this purport and stop. Yeah.
Less
Continue.
intelligent people who have lost their spiritual sense take shelter of demigods for immediate fulfillment of material desires. Generally, such people do not go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because they are in lower modes of nature, ignorance and passion, and therefore worship various demigods.
Yes. So again here, so they are in the modes of ignorance and passion. So this is external reason which is taking them to demigods, but the internal reason is Sukriti only, because even the devotees, as I showed, they are having three modes, they worship in the three modes Lord Vishnu also. So that Lord Kapila says in 3rd canto 29th chapter, which I showed. So there is worship of Lord Vishnu in mode of passion, ignorance and goodness, all three. Okay. Yes, Praji, continue.
Because in Vedic literature, there are recommendations for worshipping different gods for different purposes. Example, a deceased man is recommended to worship the sun. Those who are not devotees of Lord think that the certain purposes demigods are better than the Supreme Lord. But a pure devotee knows that the Supreme Lord Krishna is the master of all.
Yes, continue.
He depends on the Supreme Lord, and the pure devotee is satisfied with the whatever he gives.
Yeah, so pure devotee is satisfied with whatever he gives. Okay, the Lord, whatever he gives. So this is the case of a pure devotee who is a practitioner of Kevala Bhakti. Okay, like that. So problem is that they consider that demigods are better than Supreme Lord. Who? Those who are worshippers of demigods. That is wrong. Okay, demigod worshippers. Those who are being explained in this. Okay, that is wrong. Okay. Okay, if there are any questions, we can take. So those who may want to go, they can proceed. So those are questions, we can take questions. Yes, Kishore Madhaprabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, see, there could be one thinking this way also, that see, like typically for a bigger organization, there is a head of the organization and there are departmental heads, correct? So one may think that why trouble the head of the organization when problem can be solved by a departmental head.
Yes.
So that could be one reason why people may think that why every time approach Krishna, but maybe approach maybe for, well, why not approach Lakshmi? Why, in order with a philosophy, so as not to disturb Krishna. So this could be one thinking of some people.
Yeah, but Prabhu, Krishna has not spoken his thinking like this anywhere. If he thinks like this, he will tell also, na? And we will know. Here, it's like we are assuming on behalf of Krishna. Like I think, okay, maybe Kishore Madhaprabhu is attending class because he has some ulterior motive. Neither you are thinking like this, but I am assuming. So Krishna has told here only in this verse, they approach me. Correct, na? So he said in the 3rd canto 29th chapter, I showed mode of goodness, worship of Vishnu, and also he says they approach me. He never said that don't approach me, go to demigods, like that. So that I have
maybe
not read anywhere.
some people misguide people when they are in trouble, that okay, you go, you do this puja, you go to Rahu, you do something like that. So that's why people get misguided possibly.
Yeah, we will discuss that in next class, why they are getting misguided and who are misguiding. Yeah, like that. We'll discuss really.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, I would like to ask in the last, if others have questions, they may ask first.
Yeah, nobody else I think. Only you are last with them. Nobody has raised hand. Yes,
okay. Prabhuji, I don't know if my question could be answered in the further shlokas that we will be covering in the next classes. But like as Kishore Madhav Prabhuji also said, I have read this in Bhagavatam and I have read this verse earlier also, but still, I mean, I am getting these kind of guidance, you can say, or instructions or suggestions also from some of the senior devotees, like, because I had gone through so much in my personal life, like 2-3 years have been very difficult. So everybody was saying go to astrologer and see if something could be done. And then Van Prabhuji is in Mumbai. He's a very famous sanskar. He does all kind of sanskaras for devotees. So he also suggested that what happens, some we perform sadhana bhakti so that we can for the bhakti purpose only, so that we can get we can advance in Krishna consciousness. But when our material life is not settled, then what happens? This bhakti, sukriti, or whatever you can say, the bhakti that we have, we spend this bhakti, or ye kharch ho jati hai basically in settling down our material problems, because of which we do not advance in Krishna consciousness. So what he suggested me, that you go to Shiva and offer, like, I put some jal every Monday, and suggested some other things also. And my counselor also once told me that if some astrologers are suggesting it, there is no harm doing it. Plus, I have also heard, like, even Prabhupada said, you can, if you are going to demigods to ask for something that will strengthen your bhakti, then it is fine. Like, that is why we give due respect to Lord Shiva, because he is Vaishnava and Abhita Shambhu. So this always bewilders me. Like, okay, like here it is, the example is given, if somebody is going through health issues, he should worship sun god. And Vishwarup Prabhuji is also doing this, but he's doing for Maharaj, rather His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj's good health.
Better
He
not
said
to
in
take
that
any
video.
names. Better not to take any names. You can just tell the philosophy or the point,
Yes.
whatever you want to say, but don't take any names, because when we answer, then it should not become offensive to those persons, actually.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll not take
Yeah,
names.
better don't take any names.
So I always get bewildered. Just stick to Krishna only for anything, or just to settle down the material problems. We can go to what astrologers suggest, or some other remedies. What should we actually do?
Actually, Mati, that's going to come, this discussion, in the next 3 verses. Okay, it's going to come, and we will discuss there elaborately. So it's very subjective why one is going to demigod, like you mentioned various points. So there can be different levels of people going to Lord Shiva as a Vaishnava, as a demigod. It has many sub points. We'll discuss it. Okay. Anybody else has any question on what we discussed today?
Yes, Prabhu, just I wanted to ask that offense to the devotees can become the cause of lack of faith. Offensive mentality towards the devotees.
Yes, Mate, offense can lead to lack of faith, to the extent that he will go out of bhakti, and he will become a non-devotee completely. So even though there is a verse which says Neha Vikrama Nashosti Pratyavayo Na Vidyate Swalpamapi Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. So actually it says that this Na Iha Vikrama Nashosti, there is no loss in this engagement of bhakti. Okay. Pratyavayo Na Vidyate Swalpamapi Dharmasya Trayate Mahato. Even one does little bit, then he can be saved from greatest danger. But a spiritual entity can be reduced in quantity by another spiritual entity, but no material entity can reduce it. Like Mataji was saying in her question, that you have spent all your spiritual piety in some other things, in material things. That is not possible. That is a wrong philosophy. Material piety gives us material results. Spiritual piety gives us spiritual result. And when we do spiritual things like aparadha on the platform of spiritual level, then the spiritual piety reduces, and one can become non-devotee. And when material piety is there, one can engage it in material results. So I am going to share you this reference, so you can read. This is Madhur Kadamini, chapter 3. Okay, so here you can just read. I'll answer your question. Please read from here.
If this
Okay,
is
just
so,
read from here.
in other words, repeatedly hearing and chanting the Lord's name Qualities should quickly give prema. Serving for a long time, the sacred tirthas bestow perfection. Tasting repeatedly the ghee, milk, and vittal prasadam offered to the Lord destroys all desires of the sense enjoyment. By what offenses do all these spiritual potent activities become material?
Yeah, this is your question, no? By what offenses do these spiritual potent activities become material? Okay, yes.
The question is asked with astonishment and trembling. If this is so, shall I continue, Prabhu?
Yeah, yes, Mother. Yeah.
If this is so, one may then argue that if these offenses are so serious, then a person who commits a nam aparad becomes hostile to the Lord and thus cannot even take a shelter of Guru or perform devotional activities. This is true. Just as
this is your answer. This is the answer that this can happen. Nam aparad, if one does, he becomes hostile to the Lord and thus cannot even take shelter of Guru or perform devotional activities. This is true. Yeah. This is the answer given by Vishwanath Chakrakur. Read ahead. Example.
Just as during serious fever or losing all the taste for food, it becomes impossible to eat. A person who commits a serious offenses loses all possibility of hearing, chanting, and performing devotional activities. There is no doubt about this. However, if the fever lessens after a long time, some taste for food develop. After experiencing the effect of aparad from many days, the effects lessen and the person develops a little taste for bhakti to the Lord. That person then becomes qualified for bhakti. Even though...
Yeah, so that he continues and he says, okay, yes, you can just read. Yeah.
Even then, nourishing foods like milk and rice cannot give him full power of nourishment to the person suffering from lessened fever. They bestow some benefit, but cannot relieve of his wasted condition by an invalid diet and medicine. However, with time, these foods can have full nourishment effect. In the same way, after a long period of suffering the effects of aparad, the devotee becomes qualified for bhakti. Repeated doses of hearing and chanting the Lord's name and performance of devotional service gradually with time reveal everything up to prema. Thus, it is correctly said.
Yeah. So again, he has to start from where? Ado Shraddha. First, there is association of devotees. He was already a devotee. He committed Nama Prad, became hostile to Lord and shelter of Guru he could not take again. And he can lose it. Bhakti can be lost by Aprad. And then he can become again devotee by this process, as it said, the hearing and reading and chanting. But again, he has to start from where? Ado Shraddha. Okay, that is the answer.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll again discuss next week, continue this section. So thank you very much for joining. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.